Michael here. On episode 4, Clay and I ascend to rare heights with the song that I've picked, and we attempt to answer the question, what is U2's best song, and why is it bad? Welcome to I Got a Song. Welcome.
Yeah.
This is episode 4, and what we do here is, well, first of all, introductions. I'm Michael.
I'm Clay.
We are best buds for life. We've known each other a great long time, and music is a central interest and hobby and passion that we both share. And what we've been doing
It's
is
a gift.
each of it. It is. It really is. It really is. And what we've been doing is each of us picks out a song to surprise reveal to the other, and we listen to the song and then discuss its merits or lack thereof, if that's the case. And so it's my turn today. And Clay, I want to lead off with a question for you. Okay. Think of some of the artists, like bands, musicians that you love the most, and I already know some that you're bringing to mind. How often would you consider their best song is also your favorite song of theirs?
Okay. Their best song, but also favorite song.
Because it could be two different things. I can think of
you're right.
in fact, I'd say more often than not, my favorite song of an artist is not necessarily their best one.
Yeah.
Or
I
their.
don't think those usually line up for me. I can't think of many of those cases.
Can you think of a case or two where it does?
It's hard to say what if an artist's best song. Well, I guess if I say it's their best song, does that mean it's my favorite?
No. Well, let me see if I can think of an example. So
my favorite David Bowie song, is "Heroes."
Okay, yeah.
That might be his best song.
And you think
it's
that,
up there.
And you would offer that as his best song? Okay.
It may be.
Now,
and Under Pressure. Well, here we go. We're gonna go down the.
Here we go. We're already tumbling down the hole, aren't we?
Yeah. That's hard to say.
They're both really good tracks.
I can do
really
best
love
album
Under Pressure.
And favorite album. It's easier to do that.
Okay, let's do that. Just do that, but just for the sake of the conversation, go ahead.
Okay. Do you want me to cite an exact example?
Just real quick, yeah. Like, give me one example you can come up with of that, just for the conversation.
Okay. U2's best album is The Joshua Tree.
Okay.
My favorite U2 album is Achtung Baby.
Man, you and I line up.
It's real easy for somebody
you and I line up.
If somebody were to flip that, I would like, dude, you're right.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. You're not wrong at all. We have no quibble.
I concur. And that's a fantastic example of kind of what I'm getting at is like the song I'm going to give you is one of this artist's best songs in their entire catalog to me. And it's also one of my absolute favorite songs of theirs. But I have so many. This is, I think you're going to get a kick out of the song I'm going to drop for you.
Oh boy, it's like Christmas morning.
It really is, and
I've already used that analogy. I'm going to use it again. It's thrilling to open.
There's no better analogy. Are you ready for the song in question?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Ready as I'll ever be.
Just so everyone knows how we do this is that I have a song picked out already ahead of time, and what I'm going to do is text it to Clay via a Spotify link.
How did you get my number?
It'll pop up.
Oh,
I mean, I had my people call your people. Doesn't
I'm gonna get rid of those people.
Okay. Yeah. My people will find your people again. All right, so I'm going to drop this link here, and when he sees it, he's going to get a reaction real time to this. Okay, here it comes.
Ready.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Well, tell me what you see.
It's We Have Bad by U2. Heavy duty. Man, this is probably my favorite U2 song.
So fitting that you pulled U2 out of thin
that's
air.
Why I laughed. Yeah, that's why I apologize to
So,
the listeners if I laugh too loud. I hope the final audio is not such that it's gonna rupture your eardrums. We are vocal.
So yes, we have Bad by U2 from the album The Unforgettable Fire. One of my absolute favorite songs, and in my opinion, and I'm assuming Clay's opinion as well, one of the best songs that they've offered to their listeners.
Just kidding. Yeah, it's the best. It's absolutely the best. Absolutely the best. Yeah, we'll get into it. You want to go ahead and get into the song?
Let's do it. Let's take a listen. This is Bad by U2. At this point in the episode, Clay and Michael listen to the song and then come back to discuss it. For the best experience, we recommend that you do the same on your music platform of choice. Okay, that was Bad by U2 off of their album The Unforgettable Fire from 1984. Clay.
That's great.
Thoughts?
Oh man, I dry my eyes. They're leaking for some reason.
Cutting up onions in there?
Yeah, I gotta get rid of these onions out of the studio. Man. Such a good one.
I don't really know what I can say about U2 that hasn't already been said. But they're just
it's hard, man.
They're perhaps my favorite musical artist of all time.
You've seen the Live Aid Bad, right?
Of course, yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. It's just one of the greatest live performances I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, hands down.
I've seen them in concert. I've seen them in concert twice. Once with you. Although we've spoken at length about our disappointments with the technical aspects of that particular show, but the show itself was a good show, and
absolutely.
And I saw them again later on the same tour with my wife, and just
Who?
My wife.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, no, we did it. Sorry.
No,
right,
we're quickly. Okay. So U2. Man, this song just reaches to a level that few songs do for me. I don't know. And even there's other songs in U2's catalog that do the same thing for me, but this just seems like such a rare song for me to just be able to revisit. I mean, I could probably name drop a handful of other songs that treat me the same way that Bad does, like Mayonnaise by Smashing Pumpkins, or within U2's own catalog, Where the Streets Have No Name. But it's a song that I never skip when it comes up randomly. Man, it's a song that I use that, like, I'll go a long time without hearing it, and I'm not purposefully avoiding it. It's just I consume so much music, and there's so much music out there, so much good music out there. But when it comes back, it just hits me like a brick,
When there's, I know what you mean. Whenever your mindset is right and and the right U2 song comes on, it's the right time and place. Man, it can just like take you places,
Man, yeah.
It's like, well, I wasn't ready for this. Like, oh boy.
And obviously the listeners can't see or know that this is happening, but I'll shoot the link to Clay. We break and listen to the song, and both of us will listen to the song independently through its conclusion. But we'll also kind of text back and forth, kind of some initial, what's going on through our minds while the song is playing, and then we can kind of collect some thoughts during the song and present them when we come back to chat about it. But I wrote to Clay that this song is about 6 minutes long, and it's no time has gone by. I mean, it just flies by because it's such a just fantastic song from start to finish. I don't know.
Yeah.
And
It's
you were
hard
talking
to
about
sit down
air
and-
drums, and I'm just like, yeah, dude, it just you
Yeah.
can't you can't casually listen to this song.
I don't think
Or
so.
I
don't
can't.
think so,
I
no.
cannot.
Yeah, you can't. I know I have a hard time sitting still and being still when the right song comes on, whether I'm in the car or just in the
Agreed.
kitchen
Agreed.
or yeah. And this one, like just like I don't play drums, but I can kind of tap my foot and do the bass drum a little bit and do a little bit of, but it's just such a good song and
It is. So like I said, there's been so much written about U2 that anyone that's paid attention to music in the last 40 years knows of U2, if not more intimately so, about the guys and the music, the albums, the trajectory of their career from kind of this punk-ish start to where they're at now. You mentioned earlier before I dropped the track how Achtung Baby is your favorite album. Joshua Tree is probably what you would consider the best and what many would consider their best album, myself included. And I feel the exact same way. I feel like Joshua Tree is probably their best offering album-wise.
Mm-hmm.
Best offering album-wise, but my favorite is Achtung Baby. And of course, this song doesn't appear on either one of those, but it's just the breadth of their career is just uncanny, and the fact that it was just 4 guys from start till now, just the same 4 dudes, and they were all friends back in school. They're still friends to this day. It's just
they're family. They're
so, it's incredible, and it's rare. It's rare,
Yeah. And this is the only like the string of shows or whatever their residency or whatever it is at the Sphere thing. They've got this other guy filling in since Larry is injured. I guess he's on
Larry.
the DL.
Yeah, he's on the disabled list. I think he was having back problems and had some surgery, and he's recovering from that. But from all accounts, whoever's filling in for Larry is just doing a smashing job. And
Well, I can't imagine U2 hiring a second-rate drummer.
No,
they're only the biggest band in the world.
Exactly. But I have been a fan of U2's for a very long time.
At what point do you think that it's time to hang it up? Because
with the band, that's a good question.
Yeah. I mean, should they be doing this when they're in their 80s?
There are very few outliers to that. The Rolling Stones come to mind. They're still performing today and still put on one crazy good show, as far as I'm aware. I have not ever seen the Rolling Stones, but just people talk about Keith Richards and Mick Jagger being in their 80s or 80 or whatever, however old they are, very old, and still just putting on a really good show. But having said that, I don't want to see U2. I don't want to see U2 go past their try to play past their expiration date, and it's coming. It's coming.
I think these guys are clearly doing it for the love of the game. They love what they're doing. They love each other. They love the music. They love lifting people with their music.
Yes, yeah. And so
because it's physically taxing, especially as you get older, and in various shapes of health or lack of, I mean, for anybody, but as you get older, I mean, it's just gotta wear you out. So he's there. These guys are doing it for the love, I think.
Yeah. And
I hope that's true.
well, I mean, I would hope so too. I would be disappointed to learn otherwise, but
Yeah, I mean,
it seems
you'd hate
like
to find out that
it
they're doing it
seems
because they're
like
broke, and it's better than
I
working at a
I
gas station. I don't know.
cannot imagine that they're broke. But
No.
I know you've probably been a U2 fan even longer than me, but do you remember kind of how or in what way you got into U2?
I heard them during the Joshua Tree era on local radio, so it would have been in '87 or something. So I was like 7 years old.
Right.
My brother was into them. He,
I was going to say,
he
I bet Corey.
big fan. Yeah. If you
Oh
look at
yeah.
if you look at like pictures of of him in that time, like he probably had a couple of hats, kind of like the Edge, and that cowboy kind of look,
Yeah.
and the duster, trench coats and stuff. I think he had a couple things like that.
Hmm.
Uh,
And of
but
course, I'm sure he had the posters and the.
yeah, he had a lot of posters of Bono and the band, and yeah, he would play it, and I was like, man, this is really cool. And
You
yeah, I
know,
loved them. I loved them. I thought they were
I do
great.
have to say, they are really just. I can't imagine putting another artist over U2 as far as my own personal uh, like liking and ranking or whatever. But having said that, I mean, I can also point out when they've put out, pardon the pun, but when they put out lemons and
Nice.
yeah, I'm fired. Anyway, and the creativity, the and here's another pun, the edge that they used to have.
Oh boy.
Is just not so apparent in the last few albums. But having said that, every single album that they have put out from the very start until now, I have found something that I've liked. It might only be one or two songs, which is the case in these last couple of albums. But each album, I have found something that I can latch onto that I can say, yes, this is a good track on this album.
Hmm.
Um,
I just I mean, I hate to say that I just, and and we go through different phases, and we'll latch onto a band, and I just want to listen to this one band all day, and then
mhm.
tomorrow I'll listen to that same band all day, and then maybe for a couple more days. Uh, but that I haven't had that in a while with U2, and I've not listened to their past, I don't know, two or three albums
And that's
much.
fair.
I
That's
don't
fair
think.
because it's.
The last one I liked and I actually purchased, I think was No Line on the Horizon.
I think we've talked about that. Yeah, and that's a really good album. It's a departure a bit
And it
from
took a while
the
for me to
stuff.
get on board with it. It really took
Yes,
me a little
yeah.
while.
That one has to warm up to you. But it's a very good, consistent work. Um, their last two albums are Songs of Experience and Songs of Innocence. And then like most recently, they put out
I
this
know
kind of
I've listened to it, but I could
reimagining.
not tell you the name of a single song on either one of them. Like
Okay,
without looking, I couldn't tell you.
like I said, there's songs that I
Except that
can.
Joey Ramone one. What was it called?
Yeah, and something about
Uh,
I can't even remember the name of it. I mean, here I am, just huge YouTube tool of a
it was
fan, and
something
I can't
the
I can't
dream
produce a song like
the dream
the
of Joey
Dream of
Ramone or
Joey
something. Oh
Ramone or
man!
something
But
like that.
anyway,
Yeah,
we're the best podcasters ever.
but
I mean, if only there was some kind of way
to
to
actually
find out.
verify the song title here, yeah, we don't have a
Will
producer in
you
the
get
background.
out a piece of paper and write a letter and write to somebody who might know?
I'll do
And
that,
then when
and
they
I'll
get
walk
back
down
to
the
us,
street and get a stamp and and uh, and mail it, and I'll let you know like in 2 weeks what the response is.
all right.
I
What was the question?
quit. The miracle of Joey Ramone. The miracle.
The
Okay.
miracle.
Uh, so So yeah, I mean, they've had this just insane career, just banger after banger of an album, and they're no doubt way on the back end of their careers, but they still put on a good show and they still make good music. And
I'm rooting for them.
oh man, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah,
And
I'm
and
perfectly wide open to the idea that if you were to text me tomorrow and be like, "Hey man, this new U2 album, dude, you gotta get after it," I would be like, "Okay, great, let's go." I'd put it on instantly.
oh yeah, yeah.
But I just hadn't
and
gotten that excited about them in a while.
and that's
About their,
fine because
yeah,
the more recent stuff is just not as exciting. That they've talked about their more recent albums being more personal, more reflective, and then this most recent project that they did that's kind of drawn a lot of ire amongst their fans is this kind of reimagining of a bunch of their older songs, kind of into this like lower key acoustic type set.
yeah, I
And
heard a
they've
couple of
kind of
those.
retooled a few of the lyrics, things like that. I'm really not on board with a lot of that. I'm not sure what the intent was on that. I know Bono. I know Bono can't
You
hit.
sound very concerned.
Well, yeah, yeah. I'm so concerned for you too because they're getting ready to be done now.
I didn't like it.
Yeah, it didn't do much for me. There's a few of them that are all right, but I mean, like I
You can
said, it's
keep it.
just send me back to the old stuff. Send me back to the old stuff. Send me back to Unforgettable Fire and Bad.
I don't mind putting out, a live song or whatever. You don't have to go back into the studio and redo it and change the lyrics or remove lyrics or come
Yeah,
on,
yeah,
come
yeah.
on. That's
But
frustrating.
having said all that, they're
It's
still
not like
number
they
one
were.
for
It's not
me.
like they were.
And
Oh, go ahead.
yeah, no, I'm just saying that they're still number one for me, and I can put on Octung Baby and Joshua Tree and just play it start to finish with a just giant smile on my face.
Oh man,
I can
you've
sit
inspired
and
me. I
just
think I might stand up out of my chair and actually do that.
they're just amazing records and amazing musicians and timeless. I mean, you can you listen to Unforgettable Fire or The Joshua Tree and tell me that this sounds like music from the 80s? When you
No, not
say
really. You
when you
can't.
say when you say 80s music, you don't think Bad or With or Without You or Where the Streets Have No Name. They go beyond genre, or they go beyond like decade descriptor, I guess. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's like, and like Octung Baby, I mean, 90s, I think Octung Baby came out in 91. Is that right?
I believe so.
But
Yes, sir.
I don't think necessarily 90s when I hear Octung Baby. I just hear U2's Octung Baby, you know, that just happened to come out in 1991, along with Nirvana's Nevermind and Pearl Jam 10 and
Yep.
didn't Gish come out in 91?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean just
Yeah.
stuff that you're like, so firmly 90s. But Octung Baby's there, and I don't really lump it in with 90s.
Yeah.
I don't.
I see what you're saying.
But more so with the 80s stuff. It just does not sound 80s to me.
Hmm.
But anyway, I digress.
I love U2, and I'm rooting for them, and I love. You watched It Might Get Loud, did you not?
Yes. Oh yes. I have it, and it's such a great. I guess
It's
you'd call
real
it a
easy
movie or a
to
documentary
talk.
or something. It's so what it is for those of you that don't know. It's called it's a
They
movie for
know.
lack of a better way to describe it. It's called It Might Get Loud, and it's
Yeah.
three musicians. We've got Jimmy Page from Led Zeppelin, we've got The Edge from U2, and then Jack White from the White Stripes and all of his solo stuff.
My favorite
And-
part of the movie is when Jimmy Page starts to play A Whole Lot of Love,
I
and
know what you're gonna
the
say.
Edge's face just lights up, and
Yeah,
he stands in reverence and walks over and watches him, and you can just see the joy in his face, and I share it, and it's just a magical little moment, and there's just this huge grin.
it really is, and
It's
it's
so
just
uplifting to just
it's
to see
cool because
that.
it's these three just while I myself don't
Vastly different,
necessarily
disparate styles.
revere Jack White as iconic, he is a great musician, and does have a very big and very loyal audience. But it's like these three just insanely good artists from different generations that are sharing their music with each other, and they're even like in certain parts of this movie they're teaching each other, like, this is how I did this, or this is what I'm doing with this. And it's really cool to see
There's a
admiration
lot
they
of
have for
reverence
each
and
other.
respect
Yes.
that they have for one
Yes.
another. Yeah.
And it's such a cool thing to see. Highly recommended for the listeners to go see that if you're a fan of just of music in general, for sure, but definitely if you're a fan of any or all of these musicians, check it out, because it is worth every minute of.
It's really a special
watching.
treat if you're into if you are a guitar player, and if you're a guitar player, you probably know about the film, whatever. But there's and if you're into gear, they get into a little bit of that, and that's also fun. But yeah, what a joyful movie.
Well, Clay, any final thoughts on the song "Bad" or U2 in general?
No, but I do have the distinct feeling that we'll probably revisit these fellas again. Pretty hard to avoid, as much as we like these guys.
We
And
are
just
both
depending
big
on how
fans,
far this
and
goes.
I would imagine some episode down the road we will revisit something else out of U2's catalog, and we will have just as fun of a time with that as we did with this one.
Well, you picked a great song, dude.
Well, thank you, man. It's one of my absolute favorites.
All right. Talk to you
Well,
later.
till next time.
All right. Say your prayers and take your vitamins, and see you on the next go. Bye-bye.
See ya.
Hey, we really appreciate you listening to the show today. If you enjoyed it, feel free to listen to the rest of our catalog and share it with your friends. Go ahead and follow us, and you can find me on Instagram at Clay Dang Collins. Thanks a lot. We'll see you on the next one.